Good day, my wonderful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time and where you're listening to this news from. I have another news for you this lovely afternoon. Says why Nnamdi Kanu will not be free, why the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu may not even come from Nigeria. This is what the Supreme Court have just said. I don't know why the Supreme Court gave such I cannot call it important, but a terrible speech about Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. Why would Nnamdi Kanu's freedom come from Nigeria? Why would he come from, should I call it Kenya or wherever they want it to come from? But the most important thing now is that Nnamdi Kanu should be free. I don't want to even know where it should come from, whether in Nigeria or even in London. But the issue here is Nnamdi Kanu's release must come. He must be free from all this nonsense, from all these charges that has been leveled against him. If Nnamdi Kanu comes out of prison, of detention, I'm very much sure that things will get better. This hardship wouldn't have been wouldn't have been this long. Nnamdi Kanu will have resolved every issue concerning economic hardship in this country. Even Bola Ahmed Tinubu will even know where he belongs. So, my listeners, let's quickly go into the content and know what the content is all about. This is breaking news. News in details. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. This is a follow-up to our last article on the same subject. The release of Nnamdi Kanu is the greatest challenge facing Igbo today in the entity called Nigeria. As the saying goes, your freedom is in your hands. You hold the key to your freedom and the freedom of your people. Don't betray it. In the first place, it is not the court of the same Nigerian government that went to a foreign country, Kenya, and adopted Nnamdi Kanu extraordinary renditioned him, forcefully brought him back to Nigeria, and has since June 2021 kept him in the torture of Nigerian cell, the torture cell of Nigerian secret police, DSS, in Abuja, in solitary confinement that is going to free him but never did. Rather, Nnamdi Kanu is going to be freed, just as Biafran, he is fighting for its self-determination and independence. As we speak now, the Supreme Court is saying that Nnamdi Kanu's freedom will not come from Nigeria. Where exactly will Nnamdi Kanu freedom come from? That is what we don't know. That is as a nation on its own rights, standing solidly, firmly, and determined as a people behind Nnamdi Kanu and his struggle, and behind whoever has genuinely taken it upon himself to stand on the gap for him, especially now that the IPOB leader is in a dungeon of enemy. Make no mistake about it, the struggle that Nnamdi Kanu has taken upon himself is not just his Igbo or Biafran people alone. No, never. Rather, it is a struggle that has a wider implications for the imminent liberation of the entire Nigeria. As we speak, this would also implies that what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for is for the second independence of the different indigenous African peoples, aggrieved ethnic nationalities from the neo-colonial yoke and from the domineering ethnic nationalities and modern-day African political puppets that have been holding everyone in bondage and also servitude in the country. This is why every hand must be on decks for the immediate and unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. Love or hate him, the solution to the permanent political embargo Nigerian since 1914, and also especially since the country's flag independence in 1960, lies in this struggle. Nnamdi Kanu's travail is challenging us, and that is what we are facing now. Nnamdi Kanu's being in detention is really costing us a lot. It's costing Nigeria a lot, not just Biafran alone, but the whole Nigeria. Thank you viewers for listening to this news. What are your takes on what you just heard concerning Nnamdi Kanu's release, where he should be released, where he should get his freedom, and where not to?